Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be coloring in this book. I just did a flip through that'll be up on my channel. This gorgeous book. It's a Ken Matsuda coloring book, Japanese coloring book illustration. And I'm going to be doing the Rooster page. It's already started just because it's a really big page. I'm painting the background black. So I'm using Folk Art matte acrylic paint in black, and I just put it down on a plastic sheet. This is a cutting board that I got from the dollar store. I spray just a tiny bit of water on the side just in case the top layer of the paint gets, a little dry, because it's kind of detailed work down here. For the background area that I already did, I just used this wider brush and dipped it in there and painted it, just because it's a blockier area and easier to get finished with a big one instead of a tiny one. This is the brush of my choice. You can use any detail type brush. This has got a very nice little fine tip to get into the little areas that I need to get into, especially on this particular bird. So this is a silver black velvet number 4 paintbrush, and I'll just be dipping it in here and we'll just be going around these areas. Some of this is uber teeny, okay, like these little flowers here, and you need that point to go right in there to get around in those areas. And I will be like I said, spraying this with a little bit of water on my paint palette, just because I cannot have this dry up and get in there into those teeny little places. I do not want to take the paint all the way up the brush. I mean, I end up doing that anyway, but I want to start with just it on the tip. It's as or do as I say, not as I do. How's that? We're going to work up here on this feather part. So we just take the tip and go right in there and pull it out. And then kind of feather it out into the area. This is a very detailed little book. So if you want to do this, sit back and enjoy the process. It's gonna take some time. Don't do this if you don't have the patience. You'll get halfway finished and don't want to do it anymore. I've done that on a couple of pages where I go, why did I start this? Because this is going to take me forever. And it usually does. And when I started on video, sometimes you will notice that I will only do a portion of this because it just is tedious. A little more paint on there. Now instead of going right in there because there might be a blob of paint, I'm going to go out here and make sure that my paint isn't too thick on the tip. And then feather it back out. Okay, when we get to those little teeny areas, and I mean they're teeny, just be patient with them. If you paint over one, it's not a big deal. You can go over the matte black paint with the pencil and you'll see it. If you don't want to do this, a little tiny little painting around these little things, take a picture of it You know where it is. You can add it in after you've painted it. Or you can get rid of it altogether and not paint that piece. And that is one of the nice things about doing an acrylic background. I've done that a lot with the Hannah Carlson books. If they have a whole bunch of stars or dots in the background that I don't want to color, I'll just paint over them and then put in my own little dots and stars where I want them. Okay. Feather that out. Get a little more paint. And yeah, a couple hours later you'll be done. So how are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. I saw this picture when I was doing a little peek at what the book was, like. And I don't know, this one just was screaming at me. Do me first. So I thought a black background would really make his feathers stand out. And it also gives me a semi-test page. That's got too much on the tip. How paint is going to act on this with a little bit of water. There's not much water in this, but there's enough to make the page curl a little bit. So I wanted to see how the book worked with that. Motorcycle. Go out here. Watch making noise. Always a fun thing. Okay. Go around this feather. And in between and here, there's a little spot. I am notorious for missing areas on these when I do them this way. So if I miss a spot, I don't want to go back out and get the paintbrush and water it back down and do all that. I just take a black pencil or a Pitt pen and get into the little details. You can do that also. You can do the whole background that way if you want. I needed a little break from everything going on, so I thought I would sit down and just do the painting here. I love the flow of these feathers. He did a really good job on this page. They swish around. I gotta turn the book a little bit. Gotta get into the details here. Yeah. How long have we been in here doing this? I always feather that out so you don't have a line on anything. Try to keep it as smooth as possible. Oh, see, there's spots up here I'm missing. Going to throw a little more water on there. Mix that up. I missed in here. This is concentrating, I'm sorry. Can't sit there and chat while I do that. Gotta figure out which way the little feather's fluffing. It can't be too exciting to watch. And this is the reason I use this brush. I think a brush that isn't as soft as this one and has that nice sharp detail point, I would miss a lot of that sharpness with the tip of this one. And there we go. Got that piece done. All right. I think I'll do a little bit more down here and then I'll do the rest of it off camera. So I can just get lost in here. Maybe just get the window open and listen to the birds chirp. If you wondered, I do not listen to music while I'm coloring. Well, most of the time I'm doing a video while I'm doing it, so copyright doesn't help. But I've gotten... Coloring to me is a quiet time, relaxed time, get to think of your own things, or you zone completely out. I tend to zone completely out and listen to, like I said, the birds chirping outside, or I love to hear water. I could take my stuff out to the lake or the river and just listen to the water. But then you look silly sitting there with your head down in a book and a little paintbrush doing little painting. Or you get people come to watch you, and I don't like that. There we go. Go around this way. And then take off all that paint on the brush. Okay. Now I just got to figure out what I did there. This is a very detailed picture. I am not going to sugarcoat that anyway. And some of these areas like that, there is going to be a light gray in my painting of black, and I probably should just paint over it so I don't have to worry about what it is. But I kind of want it there so I know that it's there. Little piece in there too. Not too bad, huh? 20 minutes in. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop it now, finish up the black paint. We'll come back and do some color. Okay, guys. Got the background done. Got some white on there. If you're wondering, this bleeds through. There's the other side of the page. And there's a tiny little black here because I painted over, and there's a tiny bit down here because I painted over because I didn't have a piece of paper under at that time. So keep that in mind. Keep a piece of paper behind there when you're painting so you don't get it going over the page when you use your paintbrush. It's pretty flat. It's not really crumply here. I didn't put very much water in when I was painting it, but you'll notice some places are a little shinier than others. It's probably because it had a little more water on it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's a black background. We're going to start on this little dude's face here. And I'm going to get his comb and his, I think this is a wattle, I'm not sure, colored in. So I'm going to get some reds out. And I'm going to use a bunch of different colors, pencils. Start because I want to do a nice deep tone to it with some Lightfast. I might even bring in, I don't know what I'll bring in. I'm just going to grab a couple of pencils is what I'm going to do. Sorry about that. So I've got the Lightfast, I've got the Luminance, and I have the Polychromos out on my desk. So between something there, I'm pretty sure I will find some colors that I like. I'm trying to find Raisin. I know I have it out here somewhere. I was looking at it the other day. Raisin, okay. Some nice dark reddish brown colors, and then I'm going to need a red. So I've got cherry red. What are you? Look like a nice red. Okay, so I'm just going to keep these pencils over on the side and figure out what we're going to use. Lightfast don't have numbers, they just have names. I've got Raisin, Autumn Brown, Deep Rose, Merlot, Magenta, and Cherry Red. And I'm going to get a yellow too. Nice kind of yellow orangey color here. Amber Gold. Sounds good. I'll grab you too, whatever you are. Apricot. Okay, so we're going to work on the little red part here and the little red part up here. Might as well start somewhere, right? I am going to get you down because this has got some detail in it. Like little bumpy type things. They're going to probably show up over the colors that I'm going to put down. So in our highlighted areas, the raised areas, I'm going to put some of this. What is this? It's amber gold. And we're just going to kind of get it in the high spots. And we'll do that up here on the comb up here too. So the high spots will be up towards the top. Away from all the shadow parts. There we go. And while we're here, we're going to throw a little of that on his beak. Now, in here, I don't know if you can see all that, there are little plants. So we're going to have to do a little green in there. So we got to keep that in mind. This is a little plant out here too. Okay, gonna bring in Apricot. A little deeper tone there. Okay, then we're going to bring in a reddish brown. So we're going to start with Raisin. same area here. Just darken that up a little bit more. And see, it's a nice deep red until you put it on that orange and it just blends into this like gorgeous colors. Okay. Down here you can see both spots, right? Okay, bring in a redder color, cherry red. Did I bring the other color up here? I think I did. Not as much as I should have, probably. I'm only going to go to where the plants are. Going to grab deep rose. I think I want to sharpen this one. It's a little, not sharp, I guess I should say. Not very sharp. Let go. Thank you. Okay. Add that in. Okay. We bring in a little autumn brown. And I'm going to sharpen it too. I just get a little bit of sharper point in there. Sorry. Okay, we're going to add a little more of that yellow in there. Just highlight those areas. And a little in that greenish area just because we need it down there. Okay, we've got to bring in some green. Green, 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 green. How about some foliage? That's a nice green. And that's what we have here is foliage. So we're going to bring that up into these little green bits. I'm going to get a little coming out here. I don't know if he's got too much coming out up here, but give him a little bit. And I think I need to get a little bit more of a yellow tone for his beak here. So I grabbed mustard. I'll throw a little of that in there too to brighten it up. Sorry, itchy arm. We're going to get another red color here. I don't know if I want that one. Let's find. What are you? Well, russet from the Luminance. Okay. Get a little black in there too. Which black do I want? Bring in the Luminance black for fun, huh? I'm going to sharpen this too and darken up his eye. If it will sharpen. There we go. Just going to make that a little bigger. Okay. Just going over some of those little bumps in there. And I'm not sure what I'm doing up there, to be honest with you. All right. The eye is going to get a Posca dot in it. I don't undo that so we can see our little fella. I don't think that one works. Okay. Shake up this one. Yep. There we go. Now we got a little face there. We're going to bring in, I think, some color on these little flowers. I'm going to leave this part alone for a little bit. I kind of like how this one's going, but I'm not sure about that. So I'm going to leave it alone. Come back to it a little later. I'm going to take in, we didn't use this red, so we might as well use it, the magenta. And we're going to color on the tips of these. Do the same on this one over here. I think this one's the same. I'm not sure. I don't know if that one is. That looks more like a lily pad. Well, I'll go ahead and tip these two. Okay, then we'll bring in like a cream color. Champagne. Oop, I didn't get pink up there. Boom. Pink. Almost looks like a bug in there. I think that should have been black. Told you I was notorious for missing a piece. Just going to go all over that with this color. Champagne, a cool color. And I have to do that black. So the side over here. Okay. I think we're going to put some of this in his feathers down here too. And maybe up here. Just a bit. Just some of that color up there. Okay. Take some Dusky Pink, and we're going to go over that. Darker pink. You can see that, right? Just go over it, blend it out a little more. Bring it into the champagne. Gonna get that black pencil. So this place should be black. There. I don't have to look at it. Over here. There we go. I'll just take a tip more of that right up at the top just to brighten up the very tips. Cool. I think I'm going to take some of this Dusky Pink into these feathers down here too. We're just going to pull some of that up. There we go. Okay. I think I will get kind of a white to put up here a little bit. You know, you look pink. Don't think I want you. Oyster. It looks pink because I have pink on the side of it. Let's see if I can't get that off. Not going to come off on that. It needs a piece of paper. It is a pink color. Very, very soft pink. Maybe I'll bring that in on these flowers too. Throw some of that down in here. All right. Let's see, white. I was after white. White. White in the Lightfast, and we're just kind of try to brighten, lighten, I guess, not brighten, but lighten up some of that there. Blend it in a little better. Putting little circles because those things that are in here are little circles. Okay. Then we're going to need a light brown. So we're going to go with brown ochre. We're going to darken underneath his fluff here a little bit. Kind of bring some of that in. So I'm going where it's darkest and pulling it up in through there. think I'm going to make that little area right there really black and pretend it's in the shadow, because I don't think it needs to be there. Where's my little thingy bopper? And then we'll just highlight under it with the yellow. Like that. And I just dropped the yellow. Stay on the desk. Okay, we'll put a little of that brown up here too. Okay, over here. Okay, we're going to do him down here in kind of bluish tones, or brownish, bluish, greenish, iridescent-y type is what I'm after, but who knows what it's going to end up looking like. When you have an idea in your head, you want it to look one way. Usually for me it ends up looking a different way, but it all turns out. We're going to bring some of this brown down in here too. Kind of like this little puddle going around, which is cool. Get some of it out there. Okay, his feet should be about the same color as his beak, so we're going to add some of this into his feet. Sorry about that. It is really hard when you start getting into coloring to remember to lift the book. So all I did was put a little of this in here. Just lightly kind of put it in. Then around his feet where the shadows would be. Then we'll bring in the yellows that we worked on his beak with, so Apricot comes in. And then the gold, amber gold, lightly on the tops. And then we'll bring in white right where our shadow goes, or highlight goes, sorry. Okay, I don't know what color toenails are on a rooster. I'm kind of winging it here, so. Alright, what other color? Mars Orange sounds like a good one to go in here. Add it here and there. Okay. Still not sure I like this up here, but we're working with it. I may lighten it with an eraser. I'm going to get Polychromos Ivory here. And we're going to go in and just put that down over the white. So kind of all over in this area. See what I mean by it? Pencils will go over the black, and you can bring them out, fluff them up a bit, which is kind of a cool thing to do. Okay, get this one over here. Cool. We're going to stick some of that down here too. Okay, we're going to throw a little of that up in the feather up here. One feather here, and then this one is kind of shadowed back here, but we are going to lighten it up just a bit with that color so you can see it. And I'm going to put a point on this one, and we're going to fluff that one out a little bit at the top. Clink, 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 everything on my desk. Didn't get a very good sharp point on that. We're going to take this feather line here. Bring it up. Kind of fluff that one out. And we're going to do that on this one. We're going to bring it down and pull it out a little. Just to make them extra fluffy. Do that down here too. Take this one. And fluff it out. This one you really can't see too much. And this one over here. All right, let's get a little more depth around his eye and in his fluff here. Gonna get this one and Walnut Brown. Okay, up here on his head, we're going to use the green gold, where the gold the greenery is, and we're just going to go right up into the comb up here. There we go. Down across his face a little bit, and down in here. Okay, then we're going to take the Walnut Brown. Sorry, another loud noise on sharpening the need sharp points when you're trying to get into sharp places, tiny places. Okay, put the Walnut Brown in here. Okay, we're going to go around his eye. And then go through here and darken some of this up. Follow the lines that you have there already and just kind of bring them up a little bit more. And not all over, just in the darkest spots. Okay, then I'm going to get the eraser. Get the little highlights in there, and then I think I'm going to cull it. I'm going to take out a little of that color here. A little of it here. And remember, those are little round circles, so if you want to just tap it in there, you'll get that texture back. Which adds to that a lot. And we're going to do that up here at the top too. There we go. If you want to not have them look so like erased, just go over them with a light color. This is the Ivory, and you're just kind of knocking them back a little, but I think that looks really cool and adds a little bit to that where I wasn't liking it. Now I like it more. And a little more right in here. Like that. Just go in and blend that up a little bit. That is just an easy way to get it to highlight again. And I use that a lot. We can go in the flowers and do the same thing. If there's something you didn't like, you want to put in a little extra something in there too. I'm going to leave those really light though, because I like that effect there. We're going to have to darken a petal here, and then we'll be putting in dark green around in this area. But so far, I thought he is turning out pretty good. So I'm going to call it right now, and then I'll see you in part 2. Hope you're enjoying. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Bye now.